Today, we're going to be talking about using ClickUp as a workflow management tool for real estate investors. What's up, guys? My name is Benjamin Day with Lionshare Bookkeeping and Landlord CFO. And today we're going to talk about something a little bit different, but something that's still firmly in my skill set. And I think that you will benefit from greatly. And today we're talking about processes, procedures, and workflows, specifically when using a software like ClickUp.com. I run my whole business out of ClickUp. They're not sponsoring this video or anything wild like that. If you want to learn more about ClickUp, you can click the link below that we've got for you, where it'll take you right over there and it'll be a good time. And I want you to hang out here because I really want to begin to help you understand how to use a workflow software. And this is a question that we encounter all the time in every industry. In addition to helping real estate investors, we help a lot of bookkeeping businesses. We do some bookkeeping coaching, and consistently we run into this issue with new business owners of all kinds where they will say something like, Ben, I feel like I need a workflow software. And Ben, what are you using to keep track of your processes? And Ben, how do I hire people? How do I bring on team members? And all of these are really important questions. And it starts and ends with your procedures and processes. And what we like to do is we like to take our processes and procedures and our checklists and our workflows and our deadlines and plug them all into a workflow management software that helps us stay accountable to those and helps us track how each individual project is going at any given moment. That software is ClickUp for us. We used to use Trello, we've used Monday, we've used all kinds of different things, but we've really found a lifelong friend in the ClickUp platform that we really enjoy. We like ClickUp for a few reasons, and obviously I'm going to go over those with you right now. Number one, what we like ClickUp for is the fact that they are constantly innovating. They are always changing their stuff. Some people think of this as a negative, and it's kind of hard for us to, like, for instance, like put together like a course on how to use ClickUp for something because it's always changing a little bit. However, the constant innovation is really indicative of their business model. They really want to provide the best product, and that means that they're launching a feature and then tweaking that feature and launching a new feature and tweaking that feature and then going back and tweaking the original one so that we're always adding new tools to help provide more efficiencies. That's an effort I can get behind fundamentally. I really like it when software continues to grow. Once a software kind of stagnates, that's really when I begin to see some frustrations and when I begin to think, oh man, I wonder if there's something better. What's great about ClickUp is that they're always developing their existing software. They're always adding new pieces. It's very clear what the projects are that they're working on at the time. And it's just all around a really healthy experience for me as somebody who always likes to get things done, to be able to log in once a week and see that a patch was made here and they added a new feature over here. And now there's all these fun colors over here that we can go see. It's really nice to see that innovation. We like that it's growing. We like that they're growth oriented. We also really like that they stay in their lane. Workflow management is a huge lane to be in, but I have yet to see anybody say something like, oh man, ClickUp's going to do bookkeeping, because I think that would be a disaster. I think there's no reason for them to do that. I think workflow management is a big task in of itself, and they're fundamentally crushing it right now. So that is really, number one, what we really like. Number two, what we really like about ClickUp is that there's very clear spaces for processes and checklists. They keep everything in their platform. They obviously connect to all kinds of different other softwares, and they're building those connections out all the time, but they've done a really great job at keeping everything as much as they can, as much as makes sense, in their platform. So I don't have a million Google Docs just kind of floating around somewhere. I don't have to go to 8 different places to find my checklist. It's all inside the software. So what I mean by this is, and how we begin to organize our workflows inside of ClickUp is that we first have everything documented, long form content with video and bullet points so that we can begin to say, we hire a new bookkeeper and we say, hey, bookkeeper, here is the process. This is how we do this job. We can hand that document to them virtually. It's saved in ClickUp forever. The whole team can see it. They can learn the job. And then they can turn around and go from there straight into the workflow software and do the task that's assigned to them that has, checklists and bullet points. And it just makes everything much more seamless. For a long time, I was trying to figure out how to have like a video library somewhere and use a workflow management. And it just kind of became a cluster pretty quickly, especially when we were trying to do those two things and have some sort of standard operating procedure document. That became really frustrating pretty quickly. The fact that we can put all of that into ClickUp, it can reference itself, it's easy to go and find, and it's just one place to go and figure out how to do our job is really incredible. And so what we like for real estate in this space is exactly the same thing, is that most real estate investors don't think in long form process. They think, oh, this is how we know that the job is done. And so what we like about ClickUp is that you can immediately start there. You can go in and you can say, we're working on this house, and I know that the job will be done when we've done these 27 things with this property. You can then turn that into a template, and it'll repeat forever and ever and ever. And then you can go into the documentation section and begin to document what each one of those bullet points actually means. Does it need its own job? Does it need its own task? And you can begin to pull it apart from there. So it's very much friendly to an investor that maybe isn't used to writing processes and procedures. Maybe it's their first time doing it. They know kind of what the end goal is and they can write that down, but then we need to pull that apart. ClickUp is very friendly to that. And so that's why we really thoroughly like that as a software. The third thing that we really like about ClickUp, and this is where it got us for sure, is the fact that it is so easy to add people on a very limited capacity to your workflows. When I think about ClickUp, and when I talk about it with my team, I say, hey, listen, like QuickBooks is where we work and Slack is where we can chit chat. Slack's the water cooler, but ClickUp is the brain. ClickUp is where all of the thoughts and all of the checklists and all the action items live, and we track them, and it's important and it's awesome. And what I really like about this is that I can add all of my team members and they can see everything, and I can then begin to invite guests, and we can give guests in our workflow a ton of power. So what we like to do and what we recommend that investors do is whenever you are using a workflow software that you have some dedicated spaces. The first section of your workflows is really dedicated to you getting the job done, very internal, very, hey, we need to do this. Hey, we need to do that. Here's how you do this job. Here's how you do that job. Here's when this is due. Why isn't this done yet? Right? Kind of like managing your workflow, right? And then on the flip side, we also really like having a collaborative workflow space. So what we'll do is our bookkeeping process is the perfect bookkeeping system. It's a 7-step process, and we invite our clients to the last step of that process, where the rubber meets the road, where the financial statements are done, where we're doing the analysis, where we're booking the meetings, where we're talking about the numbers and the strategy and the awesome and the refi and all of that stuff. We invite them to that piece. They don't really need to see how we're coding all of our receipts all day, every day. They really need to see the end result. And we need them in there so that we can collaborate with them directly, get the information we need to keep the ball rolling. And instead of paying an arm and a leg to add all of these different users to our workflow software, ClickUp has an incredibly affordable feature where you can add guests to very particular things in your workflow system. So I've got, not a whole lot of bookkeepers on the team right now. Right now we're at less than a dozen team members, but we've got, I would want to say like 8 times that in guests, clients and their partners and their LPs, people that need to be involved in the financial statement process that we can add in. They can see what's going on. They can see when we post numbers and really begin to collaborate in that one space without drowning in the rest of our processes. And so as a real estate investor, if you're trying to begin to figure out, okay, how do we scale our team? You can begin to add members, or if somebody just really only needs to see one itty bitty piece and that would make them feel better, we can just add them in there, and we can just, fundamentally just be like, hey, here's the one thing that you kind of want to be in the loop on. So here you go. We're going to keep doing our thing. We'll post stuff in here when we need you. And now that person or our clients, whoever it is, an LP, a client, whatever, can go about their life, but they can still check in. They feel like they're part of the team. And and really, truly, it's like ClickUp makes it so easy to add people and invite guests, but also it makes it so easy to help build a community around a certain area, especially when we're working virtually. It is so hard doing the Zoom calls and the Looms and the videos and so many emails that it is so hard to feel like you've really got a connection. You can see when things are actively being built and collaborated on. And the fact that we can begin to at will add people to the process and make them feel like they're really a part of something. We feel like it really boosts our collaboration, makes people feel more involved and engaged, like they're real people, like they're not just some number and they're a customer, but like they're actually meaningful. And that's really what we want to get through. And in a relationship like real estate and investing with private money, where you've got other people that really would like to feel like they weren't just taken for a ride, we really enjoy using ClickUp as a way to help further build those relationships. So don't think of your workflow management software as just a checklist. Think of it as a way to really engage your community and build something meaningful. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about workflows in real estate. We've talked a lot about how ClickUp works, but processes and procedures are equally as important. We've got a whole other series of videos on that as far as how to really begin to scale and outsource your business. But let us know, like, what do you like about ClickUp? What do you like about other workflow softwares? What do you wish a software would do that it doesn't right now? Let us know. We'd love to hear you. Thank you again, and we'll see you in the next video.